eventually we have the ability via lasers, via this incredible story of two black holes merging. Are there things within evolution now that you think this is an interesting hypothesis, but at the moment we are lacking the tools?
Yes, and while on gravitational waves, I just want to say I think it's deeply moving what humanity has achieved. That's just one example of where it would be almost impossible to believe, I would have thought, that although gravitational waves are predicted by theory, to actually set up an experiment to detect this tiny, tiny vibration.
It's incredible.
It's utterly incredible. So, I mean, I actually almost moved to tears by the thought of what humanity has achieved there. Now, your question about biology, well, I think one question we don't yet know the answer to is how life began. We know the kind of thing it was. It was the origin of the first self-replicating entity, molecule. Something like DNA, although it can't actually have been DNA. It must have been something else. That's one big question that we don't yet know how to answer and may never do. Consciousness, I suppose, in a way, is an even bigger question. Well, don't ask me to answer it because I can't.
Well, some say it's a bigger question than where the universe came from, in the sense that it's so mystical. But it doesn't worry me because it is what it is. It's what we feel in our head as this collection of cells and electricity and I don't know what answer people are expecting from what is consciousness.
No, that's part of the problem. We don't know what answer to expect. I'm worried by it. I mean, it doesn't. Well, I'm not worried. I mean, I think it's a profoundly difficult problem. I don't think it's trivial, and I'm rather sort of influenced by philosophical thought experiments like if you're suddenly cloned. So if suddenly every single atom in your body could somehow be teleported, so you sit there, but then your clone is there.
Yeah.
Or indeed your clone could be the other side of the world.
They've done it with one proton, haven't they?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think they have.
There's a lot of work to be done to get the whole.
I know exactly.
No, I mean, it's a thought experiment. It probably will never be done. But which one of them would be you, and would it matter if one of you then died because the other one would be there? All that sort of question, which is what philosophers like playing games with, and I think they're interesting games.
Well, they are interesting games, and often they have upshots. From anything from stem cell research to growing. New organs with what is a human without a brain that's effectively a lump of meat because he doesn't have a mind or so are you optimistic? We know the Earth is going to be destroyed when the sun's over, probably before that, global warming or taken over by parasites, or we're going to blow ourselves up. But are you optimistic for what we call the human race, this species as we know it and recognise? Are we going to last another 100,000 years in good health?
The great majority of species that have ever lived have gone extinct. And so statistically, one can't really be optimistic. If you think about why they went extinct, we possibly might have a better chance of surviving some of those things. We have the technology, to use the cliche. And so even something like the meteorite or comet that destroyed the dinosaurs, we're getting on to have the technology to actually divert such a projectile as its orbit converges on ours. And even if we didn't manage to do that, we have the technology to bury a few of us underground with a seed bank and things like that. So we might survive the sort of extinction event which the dinosaurs didn't.
And why do we care? Why do we care that this species carries on when we're dead?
I care about Shakespeare going on. I care about Beethoven and Mozart going on. I think it would be very sad if, as probably will happen actually, all trace of the beauty of what we've created and the science that we've achieved disappeared. I rather like the idea of sort of launching into space a kind of cosmic tombstone. With Carl Sagan did this with a sort of a little testament of what we've achieved.